Come on in. We've been expecting you. We know you're watching this video on our website or YouTube channel because you want to know the exact steps on how to rush apostille this type of document as fast and as easily as possible. So buckle up, and here we go.
Hi, if you're watching this video right now, it's probably because you're needing to understand where and how you can rush Apostille a federal FBI criminal background check, or it's also called FBI Identity History Summary. What will it cost? What is the current turnaround and processing times? And what are the exact steps you need to follow to place a federal Apostille order with us? First, all documents classified by the U.S. Department of State as federal documents, like an FBI background check or FBI Identity History Summary, cannot be emailed or faxed to us by you to Apostille, with one exception. You must either mail us or drop off your original federal document to us. It cannot be a photocopy at our main Austin, Texas office. Now, the caveat is if you ordered from the FBI channeler, which is only about 10 FBI approved channelers in the world, in the United States, or in the world for that matter, this is the document you get. This comes in electronically just like this. So you're going to download from one of the channelers' websites, and you have to order this specifically. The default is usually they're just going to mail you your FBI background check. If that happens, you have to mail it to us or drop it off. You cannot scan it and then email it to us because they're watermarked, security watermarked. So you have to order the option, and I don't believe it costs any extra, the electronic or the PDF version of your PDF. And then you'll download that original PDF, and then you'll upload it to our order form. And it'll look just like this. This is what the FBI background check will look like. It'll say FBI Bureau of Investigation right in the corner. Now, you can't be confused. This page is only for FBI background checks. If you have a Texas Department of Public Safety or a Texas DPS issued background check, you go here. And that gets done at the state level, not the federal level. And if you have a city or county police department or sheriff's department background check that you have to get notarized by Texas Notary, you go right here under Apostille Police Records, and that will walk you through the steps like we're doing right now. That will walk you through the steps how to do that to get a Texas Apostille and how to notarize it properly and what you have to do that on the city or county. But most countries don't accept those. But just so you know, most countries are going to want an FBI level background check, and then some will do the state level, but almost none of them will accept a police record from a city or county because it's not coming from the State Department or the Texas Secretary of State. And they want official places, not a local police department. Some will, a couple will. We've done those. But for the most part, 99% of the time, you're going to need a state or a federal background check, just so you know. And then you have to know that your FBI background check has to be issued within the last 6 months or less, or the U.S. Department of State will not apostille it. So you look at on the document in the upper right-hand corner, right here, it says May 2nd, 2022. So as shooting this video right now, it's December 11th, 2025. So if your document was issued longer than 6 months from December 11th, so let's say it's March 11th, you can't get it apostilled. They won't apostille it. You have to have one that's issued within 6 months. So just know that as soon as you get your background check, you should get it to us as soon as possible to apostille. You don't want to wait around on it because some countries will only accept 90 days. So we state this right here. Some foreign countries will only accept apostille FBI background check reports that are 90 days or less old. What that means is if your background check gets issued today, you have 90 days. For some countries will only accept that FBI background check that's been apostilled within 90 days. If your FBI background check is older than 90 days, they won't do it. So if you wait a month or 2 months to apostille it with us, it might be too late and you'll have to go through the whole process again. So just make sure as soon as you get your FBI background check, you want to get this done as soon as possible in case things happen, gets lost in the mail, things happen, the U.S. Department of State could lose something. It just doesn't happen that often, but like crazy stuff can happen. So just make sure you do it as fast as you can. And on our federal order form page that you can access by clicking on the order form button at the very bottom of this page, you'll need to complete the online federal apostille order form, then print it out and then drop it off or mail it to us or email if you have an electronic version with a prepaid return FedEx or UPS shipping label so we can mail all your documents back to you or to whoever in the world you want from Washington, D.C., which is the only place that apostilles or authenticates FBI background checks or FBI identity history summary checks, whatever you want to call it, that's only done in Washington, D.C. It cannot be done in Texas or California or New York or anywhere else. It can only be done in Washington, D.C. And you'll get an Apostille or an authentication. We always say Apostille because that's like a generic term. It's like saying I want a soda or a Coke or a pop. It's just a general term. When we say Apostille, you're going to get an Apostille for countries that are part of the Hague Convention, or you're going to get an authentication certificate for non-Hague countries. About 1/3 of the countries in the world are not part of the Hague Convention. The 1961 Hague Convention Treaty, about 2/3 of the countries of the world are part of it. So, for example, the United States and Mexico are part of the Hague Convention. Canada is not part of the Hague Convention. China, Australia, UK, Indonesia are part of the Hague Convention now. Thailand, Vietnam, most of the Middle East, most of Africa, they're not part of the Hague Convention. So then you get an authentic. Again, it doesn't really matter to you. You're just going to get one that's going to, the Apostille, you're going to get an Apostille on the Hague, or you're getting an authentication, just so you know, on your FBI background check. Next is step number 2, which is the shipping instructions. This is step 2. I'm going to go over how you're going to get documents to, and we're going to get documents back to you. So the shipping to and from, and how you have to create the shipping labels and what you have to do. So depending if you're getting a state, federal, or embassy level documents apostilled, or all three. If you're going for example, a non-Hague country, you have to go through the legal, that's called the document legalization or attestation process. And if it's a state level document, like say a birth certificate for, let's say, Vietnam or Thailand, you'd have to get it done at the state level of Texas, then the U.S. Department of State, and then the embassy of that country. And that's the third step. So I'm going to go over all that on how you have to do the shipping. So to get your documents to us, there's going to be typically only 2 ways. One, which is the easiest way and what we recommend to 99% of people, and that's you're going to overnight or mail your documents to our Austin address, which is on our order form page and on our shipping instructions. Or if you live in the Austin area, you can drop off your documents to us. Again, it does not speed up the process, which we go over in step 3. It does not speed up the process at all, mailing it or dropping off. It's not a walk-in service. You can't walk into our office and come out with it and getting an Apostille. Apostils are only done at the Texas Secretary of State, U.S. Department of State in Washington, D.C., or a consulate or embassy of that foreign country, and we do all the legalizations in our D.C. office at all the foreign embassies in D.C., which is where 99% of all the world foreign embassies are located at. So I'm going to go through what you have to do. So if you're going to mail your documents to us, please do not use the post office. Do not use the United States Post Office. They lose documents constantly. They lose billions of dollars for a reason every year. They are incompetent. They're unreliable. Do not use them. Do not mail your documents to us or have us mail them back to you, because it's usually the tracking is horrible. We recommend only to use FedEx, but if you want FedEx or UPS, or if you're in Europe or in South America or Central America, I know it's big down there in those countries, is DHL. But again, the most reliable and who we recommend, and we ship with them every single day, and we ship up tens of thousands of documents, and we have clients on 6 continents, haven't got Antarctica yet, it's FedEx. They are by far the most reliable. If you want your documents not to be damaged or lost, they are the most reliable, and they are the cheapest if you're using documents in the US by far. And I'll give you an example. We ship to our DC office from Austin, Texas. So the middle of Texas, all the way as far as you can possibly go across the country until the Atlantic Ocean to Washington, D.C. It costs us $10.95 to 2-day FedEx documents to our DC office. If we use UPS, same turnaround time, it's over $40. If we use the post office, it's over $20. It's like $23. It's over twice. So if you're using documents, FedEx is so much cheaper than using UPS and the post office for that matter, if you're doing it fast within overnight or 2 days. Most people don't realize that's only if you use the FedEx One option. And our video on our shipping pages, they're going to go through that. I'm going to explain that. So here's the links you're going to click on. So this will do a long video, another 15, 20-minute video. It will walk you through something that FedEx or UPS doesn't even do on their website. We have screenshots and a video walking through the screenshots on how you can create a prepaid return shipping label on FedEx.com or UPS.com from anywhere in the world. So I don't care where you live in the world, you can go online and you can create a prepaid shipping label, and then you can print that out and mail that to us, or you can download it and email the PDF that they give you. It's only a PDF. You cannot give us shipping labels in a Word document or a GIF or a JPEG or whatever it is. You need the original PDF that both UPS and FedEx will give you. when you create it, and you click on these links right here, and they'll show you a video and walk you through screenshots on how you have to do that anywhere you want. Okay. And then if you're doing internationally, you have to do what's usually called a customs invoice or customs receipt that you have to do. You click on these ones, this one for FedEx and this one for UPS, and we already have a pre-filled out for you template that you just got to fill out and then sign your name and date and put the date on it. That's it. It's already done for you. Again, depending on the country, they don't normally need this, but we always do it just in case. We tell you to do it if you're shipping internationally, for shipping your document from the US to another country. For example, Mexico doesn't really care that much, but you can do it anyways, but they don't really care with FedEx. But a lot of the other countries in the world, to get through customs, you're going to make sure you're going to want to have that. Okay. And then the other big thing is you cannot put our name on the shipping label. Let me repeat myself. You cannot put our name, phone number, or address anywhere on your shipping when we're shipping it back to you. That's the shipping to you. So we've apostilled your document, and now you want it to return to you or to a law firm or to another country or a friend or a family or coworker or a company or government entity, wherever you want us to send it. You're creating a prepaid shipping label. Okay, you are the importer and you are the shipper. So you cannot have our name on it, because if it goes through customs, we'll get billed for it, and we do get billed for it, hundreds of dollars. That's not ours. So we will not ship your documents back to you if you put our name on it. Okay, think of it like a envelope that you're mailing to somebody. In the upper left-hand corner in the United States, you put the return sender, meaning if the address you send it to it's a wrong address or the post office can't deliver it, they're going to return that mail to you. That's what we're asking for. You just can't put our address on there. You have to put any address. It doesn't matter what it is. You can put your friend, family member, coworker, a business. It doesn't matter. You just can't put our information on there. Again, you can just put yours. That's what people do. You can put your address as the to and the from. So, for example, you're shipping it. You want it shipped back to Europe, let's say. You have a friend or family member in the U.S. You can just use their address. Again, this is only if your document gets returned to you. They need an address to send it back to. Or if it goes through customs, they have to have an address to bill someone if you didn't pay the customs or whatever. Again, it doesn't really matter. You just can't put our address on it. It's real simple. And then again, both of these, you click on this, we'll go through what that means on how to do it. When you get to the FedEx or UPS, when you're online doing it, they'll ask, where is it getting sent from? Where you just can't put our address or phone number on there. It's very simple. People do it every day. People say we can't do it. Yes, you can. You're just not doing it right. Just follow our directions. Do it online. Don't walk into FedEx or UPS store to try to do this, because a lot of times those people don't know what they're talking about. You can just do it online. We have it done every single day from every country in the world. You can create the label online, not using our address. Because again, you are creating the label online and you are paying for it, not us. We are just simply dropping it off at FedEx or UPS or DHL for you. So you cannot put our address, because then we technically, in the eyes of FedEx or UPS or DHL, we are the importer. Then we are the shipper. Do you see that all the liability, the legal liability falls onto our company, and we don't. Our legal policy, our company policy, we can't have that. So do not put our address on the shipping labels. Very important. Because we will not ship it 100%. We will not ship it back. We will contact you and say you have to send us a new shipping label. If you have it on there for international orders, our address and phone number and name cannot be on. Specifically, if it's going for international, we will not ship it back. So very important. If you're on a time crunch and you need these documents back, that's going to delay it potentially days for you to get us a new label and us contacting you. So please follow these directions and do not put your our name or address or phone number on the prepaid shipping label. So yeah, that's basically it on shipping. It's, again, very simple. You just give us, again, if you're going to drop off documents to us, make sure you can also drop off to us, and then you can also give us a prepaid shipping label, and we'll ship them back to you. So you drop them off. You don't mail them to us, but you drop them off to us, but you want to mail them back to you. A lot of people do that as well. So you go online, create your shipping label, and when you drive to our Austin locations, you drop off your documents, and then the same day, the next day, 2 days, as we go over in step 3, how long it takes the Secretary of State to issue them, or the federal government, or the embassy, then we'll ship it back to you. So that's about it. Thanks. In step 3, I'm going to go over the current turnaround times for how long it's going to take the U.S. Department of State to issue a federal apostille or authentication on an FBI background check, and our pricing as of December 6th, 2025. And also, all this information, do not go by the video when you're watching this, because you're watching this video in 2026, 27, 28. You're going to go by what's on the page. So the turnaround times are going to change based on the U.S. Department of State. So they used to be, and I'm going to go over that in a few seconds, up to 13 to 14 weeks. During the peak of COVID, I think about 2022, that was the worst it ever got. It was taking 13 to 14 weeks when we submitted a document to them, any federal document, not just an FBI background check, to issue an Apostille, which was a massive problem worldwide because most FBI checks, most countries don't take them if they're older than 90 days. And so that was a big problem when they couldn't even turn them around in time. And then you'd have to go through the whole process. It was an absolute nightmare. But that's not the case as of right now. So I'm going to go through what you're going to have to do. So as we state in the first two steps, there's a couple different ways that you can get your FBI background check. The most efficient, fastest, cheapest way to do it, and what we recommend and what 99% of people do, is you're going to get your FBI background check online. You're going to get the PDF version that you're going to order off the FBI, the approved FBI channeler. There's only, I think, 10 in the whole country. We have a list. If you go to our FAQs right here, that will list all the FBI channelers in the United States. You're going to get the PDF. It's always a PDF. It has to be a PDF. That's the easiest. You're just going to email it to us, along with, or not email it to us. You're going to upload it on our order form page here. When you click on the order button, right down here, you're going to click on that, and then you'll upload your FBI background check, the PDF, your PDF of your shipping label, which we go over on step 2 already. We already did, and then that's it. And you're going to fill out the order form. If you're going to mail it to us, then you got to print off our order form, which is on this page right here. You're just going to fill this out. When you click this right here, you're going to fill out that page, and then you're just going to submit it. And then you're going to create a prepaid shipping label, which we already went over, and then you're going to upload that. So you're going to upload 2 things. You're going to upload your background check, and you're going to upload, you're going to print those off. So if you're going to email it to us or mail it to us, you're just going to upload them and send it and submit it to us, or you're going to print them out and mail them to us. The third option is you can drop them off at our Austin, Texas location, but that does not speed up the process at all. If you drop it off at our office, it does not speed it up. It actually slows it. The fastest by far and cheapest is you upload it or email it to us, because you're going to upload it and it gets emailed to us. So we always say email, but it's really you're uploading it to our page, and then it emails it to us, and then we print it off. But you can drop it off. You just have to make sure you complete this FBI order form in person, as it says on this page here. You got to print everything off, print your prepaid shipping label off, print, and then you can only give us a mailed-in version, which we go over in step 1. So I just want to reiterate that you can only drop off to us if you got it mailed. Your FBI background check was mailed to you and you did not correctly order the PDF version. Every country in the world is going to take either way. It doesn't matter. That's why we always tell you, get the electronic version or the PDF version, because every country in the world will accept it. So it doesn't matter. It'll get apostilled by the U.S. Department of State. So that's all they care about. So that's the best way to do it, is you just have to fill this out. So as I was saying, it was taking 13 to 14 weeks during COVID, and the U.S. Department of State was closed for 4.5 years, and they reopened October 1st, 2024. So just a little over a year ago, they reopened. They were shut down for 4.5 years. That's why it took so long, because you couldn't physically go in person. But that's changed, and they have new rules now, which makes everything slower. Okay. Then if you're watching this video in the future, this is always going to change. This date and year is going to change every single month. So we have it coded where we're going to update that date and this right here if anything changes. So next month, it's going to say January 26 right here. And then if this doesn't change, which is the current processing time of the U.S. Department of State on FBI background checks, it takes 7 to 9 business days from the day we submit it to them, not the day you get it from us. Okay. And then please understand that they only accept 15 documents per day, per person, per company. So if we have 15 documents, we can only do 15 in that day. If we have 17, then one of our clients is not going to do it till the next day. So even though we got it from you, it's not going to be done till the next day. And they're only open for 16 hours per month. I kid you not a joke. They're only open from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., 1 hour a day, 4 days a week. That's 16 hours. And so when we submit your file, we have to get in that time window between 8 and 9 a.m. And then when they tell us to come back in 7 and 9 business days, we only have 1 hour to come pick it up. Otherwise, we have to go the next day. So it is very difficult, especially with the weather in Washington, D.C. There's blizzards, very bad weather, hurricanes. They shut down roads all the time, and literally miles and miles of roads when certain dignitaries are in. Of course, there's tons of riots, depending on, all the time. It's very chaotic. So you want to make your orders as soon as possible with us to give us as much time for the U.S. Department of State. Okay. The other thing is important. People ask this all the time. We cannot give you any updates on how long it's going to take after we submit it or when it's going to be done. As we state right here, the U.S. State Department does not give us or anyone updates of any kind once we submit your FBI criminal history records report to them in person. So we cannot give you any type of FBI Apostille Service order status updates once you place your order with us. Okay, so when you place your order with us, you have to go by what we say right here. So it's going to take 7 to 9 business days from the time that we process it. And our cutoff time to process, if you email it to us, is we have to get it before 3 o'clock. So if we get your order, say on a Monday before 3 p.m., then our DC office will submit it that next morning on Tuesday. And then the clock starts at 7 to 9 business days. Business days, not days. That does not include the weekend, and that does not include Fridays because they're only open Monday through Thursday. It doesn't include any federal holidays or any holidays are shut down either. Like Thanksgiving, they're shut down for Black Friday and Thanksgiving. So those 2 days don't count. Well, Fridays never count anyways, but Thanksgiving those don't count. Okay, so you have to understand. And if you mail it to us, it's going to take another 2 or 3 days for us to get it to our DC office. We have to process your order, and then we do FedEx 2 days. So that's, again, why it's so important to get the electronic version, because it'd be so much faster and you don't have to worry about it getting lost in the mail, getting shipped to us. You don't have the expense of shipping it to us. When you can just do the PDF and just upload it on our website, it's so much more simple. So that's what we recommend people do. All right, so these are the prices. It's very simple. Again, these prices are going to change in the future. Again, inflation, 2026, 2027, 2028, whenever you're going to watch this, whatever it says on this page right here, that's the current pricing. So currently, it's $175 for us to do a Paso 1 FBI background check. And then if we do another one at the same time, say it's for a husband and wife, or if you've got kids and you've got 3 or 4 you're doing at one time, then it's discounted to $125. I'm almost sure that's going to go to $150 next year in 2026. But right now, it's $125 for the additional. And right here is just an easy little graph for you to see. 1 is $175, 2 is $300, 3 is $425, 4 is $550, and such and such. And this includes all filing fees. You do not pay us any extra. All the U.S. Department of State filing fees we pay, that's part of that $175. And we ship the document at our cost out of that money from Austin to D.C., or if you mail it to us or drop it off. If it's emailed, we just, of course, email it to them, to our DC office. But that's all included. All you have to do is, like we just say in step 2, is you need to get us a prepaid shipping label so we can mail your Apostille documents back to you. So that's basically it for shipping and turnaround times. And again, whatever this says, this is what you go by, not what's on this video. Whatever it says on this page, whatever that number is right here in the future, or what this graph says right here, or what the additional costs right here. And then when you're ready to order, you just click here and you'll have another video to watch, a long video. We go over everything on how to fill out the form, and that will walk you through all the steps which you have to do as well. Thanks. Bye.